Welcome to Yoga on the Inside. I'm Kristin, and this is 15 minutes for helping you deal with anxiety. So we've been under a lot of pressure, everybody lately, with the COVID pandemic and uprisings in our communities, forest fires. There are so many things that can bring anxiety into our lives, just even including our everyday stresses that we have. So take 15 minutes and let's see if we can lower your anxiety levels a little bit today. So first pose is going to be a variation of downward dog. And I'm going to have you bring your mat to the wall. But what I want you to look at is I'm going to have you open your hands to the wall so that your thumb tip and your index fingertip touch the wall. So it's still shoulder width apart, but you're simply going to open your hands and you're going to take a bolster for your head. So take a mat to the wall. And then line your bolster up on your mat. Open your hands to the wall. And then take the top of your head to the bolsters. So if you need to bend your elbows, that's fine. To do that, set the top of your head on the bolster and then walk your feet back and straighten your legs. If the bolster's too low for you, you can use blankets stacked on top of this bolster so that you really get good, firm contact with the top of your head. And then close your eyes and go inside. Don't be in a hurry to press your heels towards the floor, but instead allow the emphasis of the pose today to be on allowing your brain, your mind, your head, your face to become heavy. The brain floats in fluid, but see if you can feel that heaviness, as if the brain was resting against the top of your skull. Soften your jaw, soften your lips. Soften your cheeks. Relax the space between your brow. Relax your temple skin. Allow your head to become heavier and heavier. Good, and then very slowly bend your knees to the floor. Bring your big toes to touch, walk your hands back, separate your knees, and pull the bolster in towards your pelvis to rest for pose of a child. So you can take your head to either side. And go inside. The bolster supports your ribs, your upper body, upper chest, but your belly is free. See if you can soften your belly any amount. See if you can release the grip that we so often carry with our anxiety. So it's not just something that's felt in the mind, but anxiety is something that's very much felt all through the body. So can you relax your belly and allow it to rise and fall with the rhythm of the breath? And once again, let your head become heavy. If you find your mind start to wander or drift, simply acknowledge it. Acknowledge the distraction. Even name it. So if you find yourself thinking about the future, you might name that planning. Or if you find yourself thinking about the past, you may call that remembering. So you name the thought, the distraction, and then bring your awareness back to your breath. For the breath is the vehicle to the present moment. The breath injects you into the here and now. And now very slowly, change the direction that your head is facing. And simply go right back down. Let your hips sink. And check back in with your belly. So often we grip and hold. We create a tightness. And this allows us to stay in our anxiety. The body instructs the mind instructs the body. But you're stronger than you think you are. And if you can use your mind to instruct the body to let go, you may start to feel a little bit of relief. And let your upper body become heavier and heavier. Let your hips, your pelvis, your sitting bones become heavier and heavier and move towards your heels. And if you find yourself getting distracted again, don't worry. It's normal. And part of the practice is to continually pull ourselves back into this present moment where we can't worry about the future and we don't feel the memories of the past, but we simply experience this breath followed by this breath followed by this breath, all keeping us grounded in this generous present moment. And then very slowly take your hands under your shoulders. Press yourself up. And then with that same bolster, you're going to do Setubandha Sarvangasana. So come up, take the bolster to the center of your mat. And then sit on one edge of the bolster and lie your back down so that your whole back is supported by the bolster and just your head hangs off. And then with both feet on the floor, I want you to slide and drag your body back. So resist the urge to pick yourself up, but instead push yourself back all the way until your shoulders come to the floor. And then once they touch the floor, I want you to push just a little bit more, like a ½ inch. And then take your legs wide so that your heels line up with the outer edges of your mat, or if you're not using a mat, that's okay. Take your legs wide. Let your toes fall out to the side. Take your arms down by your sides, palms face up. Close your eyes and go inside. Breathe. And allow yourself to feel the nurturing qualities of this pose, where we invite our chest to be open. We allow the back of the head to sit in contact with the floor, but not press the floor. And we call on the prop, the bolster, to support our body so that we can fully let go in this moment. So that there's no holding, there's no gripping. We allow our belly to stretch in a long, gentle extension. We allow the skin of our face to be pulled towards the floor with gravity. And we search moment by moment throughout the body, looking for any tension that we may have been unaware of. And if you locate that tension, maybe your heel is pressing or your knuckles are pressing into the floor. When you locate that unconscious tension, simply allow and ask it to soften. Allow yourself to become heavier and heavier. And now very slowly, please take one foot to the floor and then the other. And allow your knees to rest on one another. And then very carefully, being aware that you're raised up on that bolster, roll to your right side, come all the way off the bolster, and rest on your side. And then turn down to come up. Namaskar. I hope you have a peaceful rest of your day.